This is Dave Espino, and on today's Daily Hustle video, I want to highlight an insight from a self-made millionaire that will change the way you think about money. Now, this is an article I found on CNBC, and it's titled 6 Insights from Self-Made Millionaires That Will Change the Way You Think About Money. I only want to highlight one because I think the rest are kind of airy-fairy, but we want to highlight this one that I think is very interesting, and it's from Grant Cardone, who is kind of a well-known guru now. He went from broke to 7 figures by following a few straightforward steps. And he says the first thing to do is to commit mentally to the idea of getting rich. He says the biggest mistake is to think becoming a millionaire is impossible. The first thing you have to do is decide to become a millionaire, multimillionaire, or billionaire if you want. One of the best pieces of advice that he got from his mom is the best investment you'll ever make is in yourself. And I totally agree with this. You know, I often see in Facebook groups and in forums, I often see people saying, I have an extra $500 to invest. Or what business should I start? Most of the time is what they're saying. Or I have an extra $2,000 or $1,500. Or I have an extra, $20,000. How should I invest this money in this business? Usually they're talking about a particular type of business like Amazon FBA or e-commerce or things like that. But when they're asking that question, I always, in the back of my mind, I wondered why they were asking this question on a public forum and why they didn't have enough direction to begin with to know what the right place to invest that money would be. It's advice that his mom gave him, that is, the best investment you'll ever make is in yourself. He says it's a no-lose deal. It will always give you a return. Nobody can take it from you. It's yours. In other words, self-education, what I've been talking about in a lot of daily hustle videos. So he says, struggling to make ends meet with his job at a car dealership, the then 25-year-old Cardone put his mom's advice into effect. Quote, even though I hated the job, I decided I would throw myself into my sales job 100%. He writes of his younger self in his book. He watched sales training videos while he ate breakfast. Get this. Listened to self-improvement tapes during his drive to work, and was often the first employee to show up and the last to leave. Cardone started to see results. He went from making $3,000 a month to $6,000 a month in his commission-based job. So by age 30, the entrepreneur had notched his first million. And if you know anything about Grant Cardone, you know that he is a multimillionaire, very successful, owns a lot of real estate and other businesses. But it all started with that seed of self-education, of investing in himself, getting knowledgeable about the businesses that he wanted to be in so that when he got into those businesses, he would be very, very successful. And I can't stress this enough. Jim Rohn says, formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. So work on your self-education. Work on taking courses, listening to podcasts, reading books of successful people. That will orient you correctly. It's kind of like your compass that's telling you which direction to go in and how to focus in on that direction and what to do right. You learn from other people's mistakes so you don't have to do them, and you fast forward your success. Self-education is key to making it in any business, especially in your online home-based business. So below this video, I'm going to have some self-education resources for you. Strongly recommend these. These are the best that I recommend. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on the Daily Hustle.